Hey, I'm Chef Brian Henry of the Angle Iron Kitchen. This is the Taste of Kawarthas. Hey everyone, Chef Brian Henry back again at the Angle Iron Kitchen with Taste of the Kawarthas. Today, special guest, Diane Rogers. Diane Rogers, tell me about yourself.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, I'm from the Big Smoke of Baileyborough.
Baileyborough.
Yeah.
Where's Baileyborough?
It is on County Road 28, in between Peterborough and Port Hope.
So you're about
County Road 2
County Road 2.
and County Road 28.
All right, so you're in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Nowhere.
All right. And what do you do in Baileyborough?
I make butter tarts.
You make butter tarts. This is your claim to fame?
Yes, it is.
How big is Diane's claim to fame on butter tarts?
Oh, it's there.
It's there? Diane's incredibly modest.
I hate to brag.
She does hate to brag. Diane puts me to shame as a chef with awards and such. If you walk into Diane's butter tart emporium, you're going to walk into a room that's about 20 by 20 that's filled with medals, ribbons, trophies that Diane has won over the years. Royal Winter Fair. Help me out here. Food Network?
Haven't been on there yet.
Haven't been on there yet.
No,
So, okay, apparently you have plans.
That's on my bucket list.
That's on the bucket list. Okay, what else?
Midlands, Ontario's Best Butter Tart Festival. We go to that every year.
Okay.
The Royal Winter Fair and Kawarthas Butter Tart Tour.
How many butter tarts do you make in a year?
In a year, I haven't got my numbers done for last year.
Okay.
But the year before that had to be close to 6,000 or 7,000 dozen. So,
All right, I need a freaking calculator for that.
Yeah.
That's a shit pile of butter tarts.
that is
7,000 dozens.
dozen.
I'm not going to do the math. That's going to hurt already. Wow.
Yeah.
And so you're serving these all over the province then, pretty much.
Pretty much. We go to festivals. We attend 2 farmers markets. We go to the Cobourg Farmers Market, and we're part of the Peterborough Regional Farmers Market on Saturdays, and then whatever we sell out of our shop. And most recently this year we started shipping them online. So you can order your butter tarts now.
That was a sales plug if you didn't catch it. Apparently you should go online to doodoos.com or CA and Doodoos. Where did Doodoos come from? How did you get a name like that?
That's what my dad called me.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a nickname. And as it turns out, if you look it up in the dictionary, a doo-doo is a mistake. So,
All right, have a drink. This toast is brought to you by Black's Distillery, by the way. So you were a mistake, and you run Doodoos.
I do.
All right. Now, so you make a lot of butter tarts. Do you have time to eat at home?
I do and I don't. Like, we try to make Sunday always at least one night a week, or usually it's on a Sunday that we have a sit-down family meal. But with working and doing all these things, sometimes we eat out a lot.
Right. I understand that. Why do you eat out a lot? Like, do you eat butter tarts at home? Like, the family sits down and, oh, there's Diane's butter tarts.
I take them to family functions, but no, we don't eat too many at home.
Why not?
I'd rather cook when I'm at home.
So you don't eat a lot of butter tarts?
No.
Why not? It's your claim to fame. It's what you're about, girl.
I like creating them, and I like creating new flavors.
All right, but you don't eat them.
I do when I'm testing them out, and just for quality control too.
Do you like your food when you cook it? Or, sorry, do you like your food when you're baking it?
When I'm baking it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like coming up with different flavors and stuff like that, but it does get to be mundane when you're eating your own stuff all the time.
I agree with you. I don't like eating my own food. I can't stand my cooking. It does not excite me. I do not enjoy it whatsoever. And the reason being is there's no excitement, there's no surprise. I know what it's going to taste like. My customers, my clientele, they get excited, they get happy for the flavors and what they're tasting and enjoying, but I do not enjoy it because I know what's going to happen. There's no surprise. If I go to someone else's house and they make meatloaf for dinner, I'm happier than a pig in shit. I couldn't be happier when someone else cooks and it's home style cooking and it's comfortable food. I really enjoy it. It's very approachable. I've been to your place, I've had lunch, and not only do you serve butter tarts, but you serve other things as well.
Yes, I really like making soup.
I've had your soup and I've had a sandwich. You bake bread as well as butter tarts.
Yes, we do.
And it was very, very enjoyable.
Well, thank you.
But it was nice, easy, approachable food, very comfortable food being prepared in a very comfortable way that's easy and approachable. Something you can understand. What is it you would cook on a Sunday dinner?
Sunday dinner? Well, I really love chicken parmesan.
Chicken Parmesan.
Yes.
Very cool, which I've already started a tomato sauce for, so I was dicing onions and mushrooms and such while we were doing a rather lengthy intro there with Diane. But I'm just starting up a basic tomato sauce, because Diane is going to show us how she makes chicken parm at home. So, sauce is started.
Okay.
So Diane, you're going to do the chicken parming. You're going to parm your chicken, baby.
Okay.
We diced up some onions and some mushrooms from a spice company at the Anglican Kitchen. We're just adding some of our Italian scallion seasoning. Diane says that usually she would use about a tablespoon in her sauce recipe, so I'm going to use a tablespoon. We're just going to let everything here just saute off and start to brown up. We're going to let it cook on very, very low heat for about 5 minutes.
What are these for, Chef?
Okay, so obviously you don't use these at home, so these are plastic bags, and we have to beat your breasts today, Diane.
Oh, no.
Okay, we're not going there. But seeing as we are beating your breasts, we're going to double bag it.
Oh.
Because we want to pound out our chickens a little bit and make sure that they're all nice, even thickness. That way they're going to cook at the same time. You'll see with the chicken breasts, they're nice and thick over here, a little bit thin over here. And we're going to need these to be relatively of the same thickness, just so that they have a nice, even cooking time. That way we don't have any burnt ends. We're going to keep them nice and even. So I'm going to double bag it, because that's what you do when you're working with chicken or other things. Okay, so Diane, now meat mallet, you've got this sort of side here where if you do that, it's going to start tearing the meat apart. We don't want that, all right? We want to keep your breasts nice. And you just got to evenly pound them all out until we get them nice and even, just like you would do at Sunday dinner at home.
Well, can't say I've done this at home. Does this make it a difference?
Well, I'm going to get in the driver's seat now.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
We'll get them all pounded out where they need to be.
Geez, maybe I should get a tool like that.
Feel the breast.
Yeah.
Notice how they're all kind of the even, same
Even.
thickness.
Yep.
So if you rolled your dough for a butter tart, Diane, and it was really thick on one side but skinny on the other side, would it mess up your butter
Oh,
tarts?
yeah.
All right, so I don't want you to mess up my chicken.
Okay.
And I don't want to burn my sauce, so I'm just going to give that another stir. And it's going to need some other ingredients added to it while the sauce is going on. So I'm going to be adding pureed tomatoes.
Feel like a backseat driver here.
That's okay. All right, there we go. So sauce is starting to simmer. Our sauce is ready for our chicken parm. Perfect.
When we go out, this is the dish I like to order. It's my favorite thing. is Chicken Parmesan.
Is Chicken Parmesan.
Yeah.
All right. Who's we?
Usually me and my son.
Okay. So two of you hang out when you get a day off and like to chill.
He's only there for the free food, so yeah.
Are all our children enough? Other
We
than
don't
that, they're
hang
a
out
bit
too much.
parasitic. It's all good. All right. So we pound out your breast there, Diane. What are we going to do from beyond here? What's the next step that we got to do?
Dip it in something.
Dip it in. We're going to dip your breast in something. Awesome. And what do you like to dip your breast in, Diane?
Butter.
Butter. All right, so we're going to get
I
the butter
love
up.
butter.
You love butter. And I'm assuming we're going to go to something else after this.
Yes.
All right, so what's going to go here?
Some breading.
Breading, some breadcrumbs.
Lots
Basic
of cheese.
breadcrumbs seasoned with a bit of the Italian scallion from the Spice Company. Got to plug myself there. Come on.
All right.
Lots of cheese. Is that enough cheese, Diane? Or are you going to get...
Sure.
Sure. That doesn't sound very confident.
Is that
You need more?
stinky cheese?
Smells like chef's feet. Does it smell like baker's feet? And what, you're just going to mix that up?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So what are we going to do from here?
Dip and roll it.
Dip and roll. All right. I'm going to let you do dipping and rolling. I'm going to get
Okay.
you a baking sheet.
And
You're going to jump in here and make this happen. I'm going
Okay.
to set this on your side or your other side, whatever side. I got you set up backwards, so I'm going to do this just because people like it when I make mistakes because it's live and authentic and all that stuff. There we go.
all right.
So, what's it like being like the queen, the absolute goddess of butter tarts?
I don't know.
You don't know. Well, you are. You are like, oh my
I
gosh.
try to avoid all that stuff.
I know you do. You are so humble. I remember, when did I meet you? Bob Cajun?
Back in the Fiona Dawson days.
So was that, but the first time I think we met, we were both hacking a dart outside the Bob Cajun Community Center. Was that it?
Maybe, yeah.
You were, yeah.
It's got to be early 90s.
How old are you, Diane? Early 40s. Sorry, you said that earlier. I'm sorry.
I can't tell you how old I am.
Okay, no problem. All right, so everything's better with butter. You dredge your chicken breast in butter.
Butter.
That's awesome. I never would have thought of that. I would have done traditional chefy thing where we do like
Eggs.
eggs, flour, breadcrumb. All right.
There, hold
So
on.
you did your chicken breast. You're gonna go wash your hands. You're just gonna walk away from the. No one knows where the hell you went. You just. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So Diane's off washing her hands right now. We've completed our chicken breast, our buttered breast with
I'm kind of.
breadcrumbs, Parmesan cheese. Anytime you're ready, Diane, you just let me know when you're coming back.
Coming back.
Ad-lib it in the
I'm
meantime.
sorry.
It's okay. It's all good.
It's all about washing
here.
your hands these days. Can't be too careful.
That's why we double bag the chicken breast, by all
All
means.
right.
All right. So you like your chicken breast baked.
Baked.
All right.
And you
I-
like them fried.
Fried, pan fried. We're gonna make it sound better. Or sound like
Better.
I'm putting in a big vat of grease.
All
But
right.
yes, I would delicately fry them in free range butter from whatever. Anyways, so we're gonna bake these in the oven at what temperature?
Usually 350.
Usually 350. All right. Why don't you fire those in the oven for me? All right, so Diane, Sunday dinners at your house, you're making chicken parm. What kind of pasta do you use? What do you do?
We'll eat it with a baked potato or spaghetti.
Okay, I asked pasta, you said baked potato, so I'm a little confused, but that's okay. The spaghetti part I understand.
Well, I just don't like to eat too much gluten. So
Okay, so it's a personal thing.
yeah,
Gotcha.
and we'll usually have gluten-free pasta.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Do you prefer a rice one? Do you go to a soba noodle, like a buckwheat? What do you usually use?
We found one that's kind of a mix of everything, rice
All right.
and corn. Because I find
Okay.
the rice ones, they don't seem to stick together very good. So we've got our favorite gluten-free pasta, and
Right on. So that's what you have on
Yeah.
the shelf at home, and that's what you're going to use.
yeah.
All right, is it a linguine, a penne, or you already told me spaghetti, so
Spaghetti.
apparently I'm not actively listening, I'm an idiot. All right, got it.
Spaghettini.
Spaghettini, all right.
Spaghettini.
All right, so spaghettini, awesome pasta to be using. Today I'm gonna use orzo, just to throw things off. Basically, it's a different pasta. It looks like rice, and people often think that it is rice. It's not. It's actually pasta. It's made with wheat flour, so therefore it does have gluten in it and everything. And what I like to do with my orzo is quite simply put it on a baking sheet, toss it in the oven, and I toast it. All right. So put toasted orzo in the oven with your breasts, which your breasts are looking absolutely lovely, Diane. They're coming on quite
thank you.
nicely. They are. All right, so sauce is pretty much ready. Diane, let's take a look at what we're doing here. Give it a stir.
All right.
You happy?
Yeah.
Are you happy, Diane?
I am.
Are we going to
It
win
looks
awards
good.
at the Royal for our tomato sauce?
I hope so.
Me too. All right, so let's just slide that over to this side of the stove because we have to get some water on to boil our orzo when the orzo comes out of the oven. So let me get that pot. You salt the water that you cook your pasta in.
I do.
Heavily?
No, just a little bit.
Okay, and why do you salt your water?
I don't know because
You don't know.
I don't know.
You won all these friggin' awards baking and cooking and shit. You don't know why you
It
do what you
says
do?
so on the package.
There you go. Tip number 1. Today's cooking tip brought to you by Diane Rogers.
Did I mention I'm self-taught?
Aren't we all? It's part of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. All right, I like my pasta water to be salty like the ocean.
Oh.
And so we're going to transfer that over, put it on high heat, get it boiling because our orzo is toasting up, and the orzo is going to have to go in the pot here shortly. It's not that exciting, Diane. It's just water and
it's a
salt
lot of
right
salt.
now. It is. We want it salty like the ocean. And the reason we want it salty like the ocean is people say, well, you add salt to water and make it boil faster. By like 0.5 degree centigrade, which means like you're wasting your time. We do not add salt to our water when things are boiling to make it faster. We add salt to the water so that when the pasta's cooking, it absorbs the water and expands. It's absorbing some of that salt because salt is what we want to taste. That's why we do that. So yeah, it is a lot of salt. All right, so Diane's breasts are in the oven. We've got the sauce on the go. Toasted orzo is happening, but we got to test our sauce. So Diane's going to test this for me. The sauce is probably hot, so I don't want to burn you.
Not too hot. It's good.
Is it good? Yeah? All right, so chicken parmesan has been in the oven. Toasted orzo is in the oven. I'm going to bring it out now. So that's toasted orzo. Toasted pasta, basically. So if we take a look at plain pasta, we see that it's pasta color, all right? So it's still hot, just came out of the oven, but if we take a look at toasted orzo, we can see where we get a variety of colors once it's toasted. And that is basically the purpose of toasting. It's gonna give us a variance in color, but it also gives us a variance in flavor, whereas we have different roasted or toasted flavors that are gonna come through. And I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna pour it straight into the boiling water that Diane says is too salty. But it's a good thing because it's gonna add lots of flavor into the pasta while it's cooking up. It's simply a pasta is what we're doing, but we've been able to toast it, giving it different colors, and it'll give us a different flavor profile when we make it up. So it's gonna give us nice presentation, nice flavors. That's it. All right, so Diane, we got a lot of components going on right now for our Sunday dinner that you would do at home. Chicken's in the oven, it's almost ready to come out. Sauce is ready, our toasted orzo is boiling. So we have to get the chicken ready, and you've talked about putting fresh herbs on top of your pasta.
Yes.
And how you use fresh herbs at doo-doos whenever it applies to whatever you're preparing there. So I need you to chop up some fresh basil for me. I'll get you to come over
Okay.
here, darling. Knife's there, basil's there. You take whatever basil you use. You got 3 chicken breasts that you're gonna put it on.
And how do you want it? In big chunks or?
I'm at your house right now
Oh,
doing
okay.
Sunday dinner, so it's not about me. It's all about you. It's all about you, your world famous butter tarts, all your medals.
Well, this is basil, not
It-
butter. I think this is good.
You think that's good? All right. Those are looking wonderful. So you're going to sprinkle some basil on top of them before we get our tomato sauce ready to go on top of that. Looking wonderful.
Yeah, I like fresh herbs. It takes it to the next level.
You grow your own fresh herbs at Doo-Doo's there in Bailey Barrow?
I do, in the summertime I do.
And what do you do with them?
Soup mainly at Doo-Doo's.
All right, so we're here. We're gonna finish off the tomato sauce. Tomato sauce is great to work with, and it's even better if you work with vodka. And the best thing about vodka, you can make a Bloody Caesar, you can make a Bloody Mary, however you want to go. And so I'm gonna pour with some vodka that we're gonna want to use in the rest because we have a tomato sauce. And quite simply, take a sip of your vodka. And when you do it, you're going to find out why Black's Distillery has won the international awards that it has in San Diego and in England for what it has accomplished with this vodka that's made. It comes from a gin base that they make, and from that they distill their vodka. Yes, I had a drink, but we're going to add tomato sauce. We're going to stir that in just the way it is. We're going to let it simmer down for a little bit, and what that's going to do is it's going to actually cook off the alcohol that's contained within the tomato sauce or within the vodka, and that is going to go on sauce of Diane's Chicken Parm. So Diane, I've obviously been cooking with some vodka here with my tomato sauce. I like cooking with vodka with tomato sauce because you can think Caesar, you can think different flavors are coming through. And Black's vodka is very aromatic, so I like that it's being added to our tomato sauce because the basil, the different flavors can come out, complements well with Asian flavors, but also Italian flavors. Do you ever cook with alcohol in your butter tarts or anything?
Yes, we do. We have a couple of 2 or 3 different alcohol tarts that we do. We do a maple whiskey.
Maple whiskey. Tell me more.
Maple whiskey. We measure and we put 2 teaspoons of maple whiskey in each tart. And
You
actually,
put 2 teaspoons of whiskey in each tart?
Yeah. Maple whiskey.
What's maple whiskey then?
Yes.
Yes.
Maple flavored whiskey.
Maple flavored whiskey. So you put 2 teaspoons in each tart. How big are your friggin' tarts again?
Not very big.
How many tarts you make a year? No, don't quit the giggling shit. How many tarts you make a year?
A lot.
You said like 10,000. How many dozens?
I don't know. 2 years ago or a year ago, it was like 7,000 dozen. So
7,000 times 12. Gets 84,000 butter tarts. All right, so Diane's chicken breasts come up quite nicely here. They're looking absolutely beautiful, but she needs to sauce up her breasts next. So we're going to bring the sauce in here. Diane, I'm going to get you to step in, start saucing up your chicken breasts. All right, so we're saucing up. Make sure you have a good liberal amount on there. After that, make sure you add all that mozzarella cheese that you like on top.
all right. Smells good.
Awesome. So I'm going to grab the sauce here, Diane. There's your mozzarella cheese there if you want to top them off for me.
Okay. Too much?
You're cooking like you cook at home. I don't know. You dredge your chicken breast in butter. You're worried about too much cheese at this point? Shit, use it all. All right, so Diane's got her breasts all sauced up and cheesed up. We're going to fire back in the oven for a little bit to get the cheese melting. All right, so Diane, you're doing Sunday dinner. Do you ever add some crisp fried Parmesan cheese on top of what you're doing?
I haven't done this.
You haven't done
made
this?
No.
So take some
I've
Parmesan.
added it to stuff, but not crisp.
Do you add Parmesan cheese to your butter tarts?
No, there's an idea. We had an Oka cheese butter tart.
You had an Oka cheese butter tart?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do with it?
Took it to the Royal,
And what
Won
happened to
some
the royal?
prizes for it.
So on top of your gazillion ribbons that you've won, you won more ribbons for your Oka cheese butter tart.
Yeah.
You want to fire it in the oven so that it melts and then crisps up for us. And this will be part of our garnish that we're going to add to our Parmesan baked chicken that we're doing today. All right, so Diane, let's see how your breasts are doing here in the oven.
Okay.
Bring them up so we can get ready to start plating this.
Oh, they look great.
Oh, they look awesome.
They smell awesome.
They do. All right, so from here, what we're going to do is we're going to transfer these over. Put them on here. I like odd numbers, Diane. We got our chicken breast lined up. Then we're going to bring over our toasted orzo, which has been boiled off, just like a regular pasta, and I've drained it now. I'm going to spoon some of this out. You can see all the different colors that it got from being toasted out, which gives it just a little bit more color. It's a nice thing to see. We're going to top that off like that. We'll bring over our tomato sauce. We're going to spoon some of the sauce. Top of our orzo. This is just like you would do at home, right? Apparently so.
Yeah, no.
And then with the toasted Parmesan that we put in the oven, we're going to lift it up. It comes up as a nice big sheet for us, all right? This looks absolutely wonderful. It's almost like lace. And it gives us a little bit of creativity. But also, if we have little burnt bits and toasted bits of cheese that we've cooked off, it adds some really nice flavor to our food. Everyone likes eating the little crusty bits that we get off of our food. We'll line it up there, something like that. Into the orzo, and on top, we can add this to our chicken parm, which is Diane's favorite. Just break off pieces of it. It's almost like potato chips, so you're very flexible how you choose to work with it. All right, so this is Taste of Kawarthas. We're at the Angle Iron Kitchen with Diane from Doodoo's Bakery in Baileyboro. And this is how we cook like a chef making chicken parmesan when you're having dinner on a Sunday night with Diane from Doodoo's. Hey, I'm Chef Brian Henry at the Angle Iron Kitchen. This is the Taste of Kawarthas. This is the part where you're supposed to say it again.
Say it again? Oh, should have used this.
No, you're not touching the goddamn basil there. You like that?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I love basil.
Is basil like mistletoe for you?
Wow.
I'm going to ask you, what pasta would you serve with your chicken parm? And you're going to tell me whatever you would serve it with. And I'm going to say, well, that sucks. We're going to do it my way today with toasted orzo. Diane's like, fuck, I like you, but fuck, you're being an ass right now.
Maybe I should start drinking the vodka. And turmeric.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And this is just for personal health reasons and all that?
That's how I stay looking like this.
Can I get your recipe?
I've had a couple people lately say to me, oh, Diane, you're looking so good. You're looking so good. And I'm thinking, was I looking bad before?
Okay, so now we're just going to.
I gotta tell you something. I hate mushrooms.
Perfect, that's all.
Quit losing your shit.
Beautiful.